Hello everyone, this is Ross from Retro Dream Beam. I'm an eBay seller full-time. I've been doing this with my fans and for a couple years now. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. So she sends me some Reddit things from our eBay and Reddit advice. So I'm going to go ahead and go through them. I haven't looked through them, so this is going to be the first time for me. Let's go ahead and see the first one. Help international buyer used import shipping service and claims damage. Hi, how are you? If you make them for $280, I'll buy them, or do it for $285. I can do $285, so they send the offer. Could you send me another photo? Okay, let's see what else is going on. They sent the photo of this doll right here. Is that one of those Monster High dolls? All right, hi, sorry about sending them so late. I just got home from school. Thank you for your order. I will have it shipped. Okay, this is, oops, sorry. Okay, we got that. Hi, sorry for sending it, but the box arrived damaged. How could this happen? Didn't you pack it well? Hi, could you please send me a picture of her box? Had no dents or anything. They go ahead and send the picture. Is that... yeah, I guess that's dented. That's dented enough if you want a good quality item there. What does the packaging box look like? I'm extremely desperate. This had never occurred to me. I paid so much for them. I know I packaged them appropriately. Could you please send a picture of the white packaging box? I never had this happen to me before. I just don't know what to do because I wouldn't throw the box away. I'm so sad. I think I will return it, or do you think we're going to resolve it? Send a picture. The person who received the order was an import redirection company. I live in Brazil. They are very careful. I don't know how it got crushed. Okay, so if an eBay buyer uses one of those services where they want to have it shipped a different route or a different way, eBay will cover you 100%. That's not your fault. You don't have to do anything. Anytime anyone uses one of these services, I can tell because they'll be an international buyer, but then I'll see they'll have me ship it to someone in the United States. For us, that means we're good to go. All of the issues is basically eBay will side with you because that's getting around their eBay international shipping program and other programs that they have. They're not supposed to, eBay's not supposed to jump in and kind of figure out how to mediate between another shipper and then the buyer itself. So this person should be good to go. They shouldn't have to worry about any claims or any damage. The person said, hi, I don't know what to do because of the situation. Sold an item to a buyer who's from Brazil and used a third-party import shipping service to get the item to them. The item hasn't made it to the customer yet and they have claimed damage. I always pack my packages. All right, let's keep going. Let's skip this. What can I do? Did I screw up? And then someone said, yeah, they already admitted to using a freight forwarder, so they have lost all buyer protections. So yeah, you're good to go. So yeah, don't stress about this kind of stuff. Definitely, it's kind of like a good peace of mind when someone is buying international and they're using a forwarding system. I forgot the name of it, because then we know once we get it to the actual forwarding shipping US address, we are good to go. I know that kind of sucks for the person, but it's not your fault. A package got damaged if you shipped it correctly. All right, next one right here. Auction advice. Accidentally bid on something and set limit at 9,000. 9,000? How do I cancel? 4 days left. Definitely not worth anything close to that. I contacted seller and they said no. And I'm currently the highest bidder at 4,300. Oh wow, I actually have no idea how this bidding thing works. We have not done auctions at all. We do a buy and now system with offers on. This would be pretty stressful. There should be a way to retract the bid. I guess I've never been a buyer in bidding stuff. I do bids on, I guess, online auctions, but I've never misclicked or something, and usually I'm pretty sure you can talk to the auctioneer and kind of figure it out. And I'll do some in-person auctions where you can't accidentally do something out of nowhere. But all right, someone said you can't retract bids on trading cards. Oh, so this is specifically with trading cards, so I guess I'm learning here too. It's easy, click and help, type in retract bid, choose item, cancel bid, type in lower amount, or just leave it. Let's see what someone else is. This is the way. Also contact immediately. All right, I would message the seller and say it was an accidental bid, but they already said that they messaged and that they said no. Just don't pay after you win, plain and simple. You get a buyer's defect and the seller wants to send the item for an extra 11 days. So yeah, 4 days in auction. Oh, 7 days for fail to pay to give you a defect. Yeah, I guess this one is I feel bad for the person who bid $9,000 on accidents. Accidents happen. It's really strange that the seller said no, because I can't imagine as a seller that you would want to basically have an item not paid for, to have trouble with it. There can be all sorts of problems down the road for this, so I'm not sure why they wouldn't let this person retract it. Yeah, some people are really strict on stuff. Sometimes I think people need to be a little bit more less rigid, I guess. All right, next up, Canadian buyers hate eBay international shipping. Interesting. Let's see why. I'm a buyer in Canada and I absolutely hate EIS. Oh, that's really? That's like strange. And eBay International Shipping protects both the buyer and seller. We've gotten messages before that the buyer, like eBay lost the item or it got lost not within our hands to the shipping hub, eBay's International Shipping Hub, and then the buyer gets the money and we get to keep the money too. So like it protects both sides. It's honestly like the best system that I've seen. I think it costs a little bit more, but for the protection for both buyer and seller is kind of crazy, as long as we sellers send it to the hub correctly. All right, the shipping cost is double to quadruple with what the US Post or Royal Post is. Oh, the US Post Office, USPS, like international shipping, it's awful. Items go missing. That's our case. Obviously, that's not gonna be for everyone. I wouldn't even do it. It takes forever to get shipped out. I don't know how it is like right now today for other people, but yeah, eBay International Shipping or bust for me. You don't get protections with the USPS. Yeah, it will be like you'll have to do a bunch of forms to get like money back for people and do claims. And I don't think we've ever successfully done like more than like 1 or 2 claims. So it's a pain. So like it's not good for the seller. Is it really double or quadruple? I don't know. I guess it could be. I feel like it'd be a little bit more, but yeah, I'm not too sure about that. And I don't know about Royal Post. All right, let's go back to this person, what they said. As the item is shipped with a private company, usually greasy UPS. UPS, I think, is going down soon. I think. I'm not sure. Netta was telling me that they weren't doing too well right now. There are brokerage fees and taxes I would never have to pay if shipped with the post office. The item is repackaged by the mutants at the eBay hubs. What is this, X-Men? Mutants at the eBay hubs. We do know that they repackage it. I'm not sure how their repackaging is. This person's claiming mutants. Give me a second, everyone. I like it when someone's clever with their words. They're like upset. So there is a chance for damage for the buyer. There is nothing good about it. That's well, I guess if this person got wait. Yeah, if it got damage from the international, like the eBay International Shipping Hub, they should contact customer service and get their money back. Like I said, we've had like at least 5 to 10 items from damages all the way up to the eBay International Shipping Hub lost item, and then we get the email saying like, oh hey, this is a problem that happened and we resolved it. No money's taken from you. The buyer got all their money back. So yeah, I think this person just needs to contact customer service. eBay International Shipping is set up as a default. Sellers have the misconception that to sell internationally, they must have EIS on for their auction. Most sellers prefer it as it removes all responsibility, even if the item is grossly misrepresented. I'm not too sure about. No, I'm pretty sure if the item is like actually misrepresented, you would get like a fee or it would be docked on us as sellers. There's no way we can be like, oh, here's we're shipping them like an expensive video game and we ship them a deck of cards. No. They definitely check this stuff. At least I would imagine. There's no way like we could start selling like rocks and stuff and then like, oh, sorry, got to the hub and then they took it over and sent them a rock or something. That'd be weird. It's possible, I guess, but I don't think so. Some sellers are awesome, will either set their auction from the beginning without EIS or they will change their auction to remove EIS, which is actually difficult if you're not. It is kind of like it is a pain to mess with the settings for it. So like this person's correct where it's like automatically on, so it is easier, but I think it's just good. It's good for both buyers and sellers. The attitude of I don't care by sellers is absolutely a greasy used car salesman's attitude. No, I actually think that I do care, because all the issues I've ever had was with doing the USPS international shipping and then having like items take like 2 months and then go disappearing and then no one gets their money at all. So like I think it's the opposite. I do care. I actually like the system. We've tried it. We've sold over 2,000 items at this point. eBay International Shipping. We've had, like I said, like 5 or so people that got their money back. A couple items lost within those and a couple of damages, but that's about it. It's been good besides that. So yeah, no, sellers, or at least I care, I guess, or not an I care. When the seller is lazy and won't remove EIS from an item, I'm glad, because I avoided a scumbag pawn shop type seller. Oh, I don't ship without EIS. I've had one person ask and get upset about it. I basically said what I have been telling you guys, where it protects both of us, so it's the best. And the USPS we've had bad cases with them, and almost never good cases with shipping it international. It takes forever too, just so long. I also had like some trades I did with someone a long time ago in New Zealand, 2 trades, and I never got my stuff. Just boop, disappeared. Couldn't claim it, nothing. It was annoying. All right, global shipping, as crappy as it was better than EIS, as it wasn't set as a default. Oh, I think Aneta does all the shipping. I do think she did like global shipping, but I think she liked global shipping because you can send an invoice for multiple items, where eBay international shipping you can't. So you have to like make a new listing, or if someone buys like 10 items, let's just say they're from Canada, we're from America, we now have to cancel them all, make a new listing, and then that's one shipping charge then. So I think Aneta did like the global shipping program, but I don't know if she likes it more than EIS, because I don't think they had the protections with the global shipping program. So I guess, yeah, they're both pretty good. But global shipping, I remember Aneta liked it as well. I've complained a few times to eBay about EIS, but it does no good, as I am complaining to a third-party call center in the Philippines. Sellers love it and buyers hate it. Really? Buyers hate it? I guess it's like a little bit more, like if it's more expensive for a buyer, but for the buyers that got their money back for an actual lost item, talking to customer service doesn't take long, hopefully. So all I can hope for is that enough scumbag sellers use fraudulent and eBay gets rid of it. No, that's not going to happen. But that is probable, as Salma Hayek, as she was in From Dusk to Dawn, wanting to date me. What? Oh, they're just saying some video game. Okay, gotcha. They're just saying that, yeah. All right. EIS protects me from the I don't care, greasy, scummy, fraudulent buyers. Buy locally from your fellow Canadians if this is an issue. I will never move EIS from any item myself. That's kind of rough. These people are like getting at each other. Greasy, scumbag, fraudulent buyers. I think like most buyers want the item, and most sellers want to sell the item. Most, and both parties don't want the item damaged in transition. I know there's like those like cases that like come up and then they kind of stick in your head, but most people they want to do the normal transaction. It's annoying for both people. Sellers like using EIS because it protects them from scummy buyers. Yeah, I guess so. I just like it that it protects like actual like the shipping and packaging too, like the damage that this person had. It should protect them. The attitude of it. I guess we can move on from this one. So, all right. Thinking that I made a note that this one's connected to the last one. All right, my first and last experience with eBay International Shipping. I know that eBay International Shipping was a joke. Really? All right, I guess people don't like this, but I never realized how horrible the system actually is. I'm not a big eBay user and usually stick to Canadian listings with positive results. Oh, okay, so they're from Canada, but there was a really hard to find item available from the US for 75 plus 30 shipping that I decided to take the big risk. Big mistake. Let's see what happened. Unfortunately, my package with the delivery range of July 23rd to August 2nd has been in transit for about 3 weeks to the eBay International Shipping Depot. Oh, Carol Stream, Illinois. Oh, this poor person. Oh. Yeah, we sell from Illinois, and anytime packages take forever, I look at the shipping. I look at the tracking. Carol Stream. It's one of the, I think, the distribution centers. I think they're like super understaffed. They're like heavily understaffed. So there's just times where it's probably like people have vacation days, call off, stuff like that. It's probably really frustrating to work in one of these understaffed places. But yeah, Carol Stream. It's like a black hole. Everything disappears there. It eventually does go out, but yeah, it does take a while. This like 3 weeks thing has happened to us before, and let me continue. And each day I look for an update that says in transit to the next facility. That's an automatic update by like the machines. Oh yeah, arriving late. It's just kind of like an automatic thing. If it hasn't updated, it will just click in that it's arriving late. So that means it's sitting somewhere. It still has like the label, but that means nothing happened. So I decided to contact some friends and hangers on in the know at eBay Canada, and from what I can divine, it seems like eBay is paying a cut rate fee for the USPS and in turn is getting cut rate service from the USPS. What looks to be happening is that there is a huge shipping container in Illinois or Kentucky that the USPS guys slowly fill packages destined for the eBay International Shipping Depot. It's possible. I actually don't know that. I mean, that could make sense when it finally fills up weeks or months later. Well, ours don't. This happens to our like regular orders too. This wouldn't be like eBay International Shipping issue like the Carol Stream thing. So It's just the Carol Stream distribution center, I think. I'm assuming is understaffed. I've never been there, but it makes sense that anytime I see that, like I said, I'm like, oh no. That's why Netta sent me this Reddit one. All right. USP eventually sent it to eBay. It also means the eBay system is essentially first in, last out, since all those packages in the container will be the last package eBay staff removes and reships to its final destination. I feel like it could be true, but I feel like they kind of are almost like task oriented. I could be wrong. I know someone that works at UPS, or used to a long time ago. I feel like it's just kind of like a task, like, get the task done, but I'm not 100% sure. That's why some, they wouldn't, like, I guess, half leave a truck in. They would kind of get the truck done, right? Or, like, the pallet. I don't know. All right. That's why some eBay international shipping packages seem to process quickly, top of the container. For some, some others take a month to finally be delivered to the eBay depot, bottom of the container. Normally, for most of our eBay international shipping sales, it's pretty quick to get to the place, and I do think sometimes it does take long. I will use eBay international shipping. Yeah, I mean, if you have a bad situation, yeah, you're not going to use it anymore. I get it. As I literally have no idea when or even if this package will arrive. It will. It probably will. And I've pretty well written it off as lost and will attempt a refund after it hits a month in transition to Illinois, which should be in about 7 to 8 days. Oh, yeah. eBay, you contact the customer service, you should be covered. And then I guess it depends on if it got to the hub or not, which I don't think it got to the hub yet. And then the buyer will be out of luck, but it is what it is. All right. And that's it. Not even getting into other profit making, such as buyers supposedly paying for USPS service, but eBay using some cut rate courier like DHL or UPS to actually ship them from the US to destination, which will naturally incur all kinds of spurious charges to make up for the artificially low contract rates with eBay. I'm not too sure what they're talking here. This one's just a little over my head. It's pretty late right now, though. All right, I can just see the skinflint in the boardroom piping up with, hey, I got a great idea to steal even more money. We can add a big surcharge to put a new shipping label on all international pack. Are they saying, like, buyers are doing this? That's like some conspiracy land there. And the best part is we can advertise USPS, but then make more money by reshipping using cheap couriers who will then overcharge customers. Yeah, I'm not too sure about the last few paragraphs. Do not issue eBay international shipping. eBay has nothing to do with the shipping method or service. This is like what someone else said. Shipping item from the seller to the hub is a standard service that the seller chooses and pays for. All right, sometimes there's dramatic delays. It sounds like the package was lost within a week or within the network. All right, let's see. Once the delivery date shown on eBay passes, you can file an item not received claim. All right, there you go. Yeah. So yeah, I guess the people are in Canada are not liking eBay international shipping. I mean, there's always going to be like shipping issues everywhere. Like there's always like packages. It sucks that there's a seller and a buyer, and then there's the middle person in between, which is the shipping service, and then the buyer and seller usually get mad at each other for something that they both can't control, which is the shipping center. It's always kind of like fascinating to me the things that people get upset at and like where they direct what they're getting upset at. Sometimes it's even hard to know all of the whole process, because like I'm not doing a post office person's job daily. I'm not in the distribution center. I'm not at the eBay international shipping hub. So like I can only imagine and guess, but that's imagining, imagination. It's not like real per se. All right. Next one. Did I totally screw up my first sale with eBay International Shipping? Another one? She gave me a bunch of these eBay 1 ounce for dimensions 111. Oh, that's, if this is calculated, yeah, you're gonna be, this is brutal. I think I messed up big time. I finally sold a 2-pound medium-sized item with eBay International Shipping. To my horror, the listing measurements are very wrong. I'm going to update with accurate info before I buy the label, of course. Yeah, that's rough. Does anyone have actual experience with what happens here? I've heard such stories that eBay will charge you $1,000. I don't think it's going to be $1,000. Not even close. And also that eBay doesn't even look at your measurements at all, because they use an estimate of those dimensions that they have on their own file. I'm not too sure if they use your measurements or theirs when it goes to the hub. They probably repackage it and use theirs. I was hoping to find some agreement between these different schools of thought. Has anybody shipped the eBay International Shipping Program? Didn't have accurate measurements on the listing, but corrected it with the label. And what happened? Well, you're going to pay more money is what's going to happen. As long as the measurements and weights are updated before purchasing the label, eBay will deduct the cost of the updated label from your net sale earnings. Yep, it's going to hurt you, and the label will contain the correct info. You can ship the item with the package details you mistakenly put in the listing. USPS will charge you, later for the underpayment. I would not do that because I think they'll do extra charges. I don't think you get the eBay deal of slightly cheaper shipping with the post office. So yeah, that's probably not a good route. You don't want to risk it. I know people have, and if no one checks and no one cares, you won't get docked. It just takes one person along the line. I mean, you just don't want to be like trying to cheat the weight for your own mistake. You don't want to be cheating anything in the shipping department at all. Just not one bit, not worth it. But you can update the details when you go to the print label with the correct info. You just have to pay more than what the buyer paid if you had the buyer paid shipping on the listing. Yeah, 1 ounce, 111. Whenever I do this, like bad shipping weights, and Netta gets so mad at me. I mess this all the time, but not with the international shipping. Well, I guess it has happened with international shipping. So yeah, we always just like eat the cost. Like it's brutal. It's sometimes it's just like, okay, cool, that was a negative $20 for today. Customer's happy though, and we get the feedback usually, or you hope so. You don't want to cancel. All right, am I the asshole? Buyer request return stating ordered by mistake 4 days after delivery. I guess if you have free returns, I don't know if this person has free returns. Let's see what this says. This product is a hoax, not what I expected. A hoax? Oh, everyone's using hoax now? Is this a hoax? A hoax? That's not what a hoax. Okay. Again, I apologize, but I do not design or manufacture any of the products I'm selling. I'm sorry if it didn't meet your expectations. Did you do any research about the product beforehand? Okay, so already hearing this, I have like a very strict system of how I like use customer service. You have to remove your pride, remove your ego, and try not to do something that implies that it's the customer's fault. Like this part right here, I'm sorry if it didn't meet your expectations is fine, but did you do any research about the product beforehand? That's kind of a little, I wouldn't do something like that. All right, I have a very specific like case-by-case customer service like concept in my head. It's like a million little spider webs for each little case. I don't know, I just kind of do it. I'm not always successful, but I have a high rate. I at least try to literally sit there and think about what someone is thinking. I'm trying to get in their head and imagine what they're upset about, and then you kind of have to like cool it down. Like I said, pride, ego gone. It's solution oriented, just thinking about the problem. I really try to get deep into it. Yeah, later on when the problem's solved, I can like go take a walk and be like, oh, that was obnoxious, blah blah blah. I can have my little baby rage, but it doesn't have to be at the customer. I have no control over how the device performs. At first you said ordered by mistake. Now you're saying product is a hoax. This seems very odd to me. Changing your story seems more like buyer's remorse to me. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. See, I think their apology, like again, I apologize, but I do not design or manufacture any of the products I'm selling. I don't know. I would have to see this case. I almost wouldn't use any of that language, the diction here. Don't worry, it's not remorse, it's regret. I will never buy nothing from you again. Well, thanks for nothing. I will never buy nothing from you again means they're gonna buy something. Well, we know what they're meaning. So yeah, that's pretty brutal. We're probably gonna get a negative feedback for that one too. I wish there was like more detail. Oh, let's see. Roughly 2 weeks ago, I sold an item, and now 4 days after the buyer received the item, I'm hit with a request for a return that only says ordered by mistake. Well, I guess I denied the request. Oh, you can deny a request. I guess I have free returns on, so there's no deny. Actually, there was one time eBay let me deny a request. I don't know why. I guess maybe it was the way that they said ordered by mistake, stating that wasn't something I would normally accept a request to return for. I only usually do that if there's a discrepancy in the item listing. It was a brand new item still in the factory wrappers. I think so if it does get a return and if they did open up, you can keep up to 30%. I think it's up to 30%. We used that one time. All right. In my eyes, it is the buyer's responsibility to research exactly how a product works or what functions it can and cannot perform. If an item doesn't perform a function the buyer assumed it would without researching, that is not my fault. I'm attaching a screenshot of the messages that follow the denial. Am I in the wrong here? The fact that they changed their story immediately from ordered by mistake to this is a hoax makes me feel very suspicious. I mean, they want the item for whatever reason. I guess they never said it didn't work here. But yeah, I would not... This isn't the worst it's a pretty bad one, at least in my opinion. I'm very strict with like my customer service and how I do it, and I've made mistakes before, but that's pretty bad. Am I an asshole? No, and make sure you block the buyer so he can't buy from you again. Really? They think that was an appropriate response? Wow. I see. I would need more like gritty details to know exactly how to apologize to this person. I had a guy buy some transformers from me, and I asked him up front if he understood that they were 480V, not 120. He got offended and said he was an electrical engineer and knew what he was doing. Oh, yeah, that's always, that's a random thing where sometimes something will sell, and I'm like, I feel like I have to message this person just to make sure, did they see that the board game was incomplete? Did they see that this thing was missing? And I usually start with like, hey, I assume you already read everything and you know everything, but I've had some issues with me making mistakes before. Did you happen to see that the rule book was missing? I'll basically put all of the blame or whatever on me, because it is me being nervous about like, did this person read or notice this thing, this like small detail? So I do that rarely, very rarely. And then I usually get a message back. I never had anyone get mad at me for it. Then, because I think it's the way I phrase it about like, hey, I've had like issues with this before. Like I'm saying I've had issues, not like putting on to this person that I don't know. And it is my issue when I get nervous about something like that. All right. Guess what happened when he got the item? When he got him, he requested to return them, that he bought the wrong ones. You just can't tell some people anything. They think they already know it and all and can't be bothered to read. I guess so. I'm not too sure about my response to that. Nowadays, there are a lot of scummy buyers who try to scam sellers and exploit the eBay buyer protection program. There's a high chance that they might open an item not described case and leave negative feedback. You can try contacting eBay customer service to remove the negative feedback if they do leave negative feedback, but I doubt they will actually help you out and remove it. And nowadays, there's always a very low chance you will actually win an item not described case, but you can get lucky sometimes, and eBay will rule in your favor, but you can appeal if you lose an item not described case. We haven't had this happen often, but I think Annetta deals with all of like the feedback, and she's won most of them. So it's really about not doing like paragraphs about this, and you got to think there's also like eBay's rules you got to be aware of. You got to be real aware of being like professional. You got to be aware to like not throw your emotion in. You can always complain, cry, rage in person, off the screen for eBay. You can vent out in person. You don't have to vent in the system to make sure that like you can deal with your feelings other ways, I guess. So like I said, I'm very strict about the customer service, but I'm shocked that like people like think that like this person's not the asshole. Like it sucks that the item got 4 days after delivery, you want to return it. It's frustrating. I get it. This is like frustrating for both people. The person just, I guess, doesn't want the items. It sucks because you're now paying for like return shipping. I know there's a lot of stuff that sucks in this, but like this person, seller, probably got bogged down in this particular situation, and it probably wasted a lot of their time. Their time was important. They could have been listing other things. I know it sounds very like cheesy or generic, but there are usually times where if I'm getting bogged down in something on eBay or messages or something that's bothering me, I'm just going to go list like 5 items right now, because like my time is better spent just literally listing. I'll sit down, list 5 items. I get focused because then I'm focused on something else. And now instead of like focusing on all this one return that I'm going to lose money on, I'm now actually going to be making up for it by listing more stuff. And I know it's hard. It's hard to contain the emotion and separate like the customer service from it. It's really hard. All right. That was a fun one. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Have a good weekend.